Howdy folks, today's video is my February TBR, and this time I'm doing a TBR jar. And yes, this is my little pumpkin, and I don't want to hear about it. It's just kind of perfect for my TBR jar, and I just haven't gotten anything better, so we're using him. Okay, first prompt. Okay. This is the one I wasn't wanting. No! So I put a couple new ones in from, new ones that I just got the idea of from either Rachel Catherine or just in my head. And I just put them in just now. And this is the one that I did not want. And what that is the longest book. And I think that would be this book, which I want to read. It's so long. It's actually so long. Let's see. I think it's 516 pages long. Our first book for the month. So this is the fourth book in the Ember in the Ashes series, which is a fantasy, high stakes political fantasy, basically. I kind of don't remember exactly how the first book went, but the third book, the one right before this, I absolutely loved. It's really good. You guys should read it, but I would suggest a slightly older reader, meaning like 15, 16 up, because there are heavier topics and I think there's swearing, but there's like rape and stuff. So, I mean, there's talk of it. I don't think there actually is any in the book, but there's talk of it. So, be warned. But that's our first book. I don't know where to put it. I'll put it on the floor then. Okay, second prompt. If this is another new one, okay. Set in summer. I also didn't want this one because I kind of don't know. Set in summer. I don't know what books that I have that are set in summer. The next book in this series, which this is not it, but this is the like fourth or fifth book in Lorien Legacies. Stupid, it literally says it right there. The second book might be in summer, so I could add that. I don't own it yet. I really want to read it though, so maybe I'll do that, because I don't feel like any of these. Maybe this one's set in summer, but it's literally a thriller. It's at a camp, so it's also probably set in summer, in the woods, in a cabin. Maybe I'll do this one just because it's kind of, I mean, it's not that short, but I also have been wanting to get to this, and somebody I saw recently read it and really liked it, and my friend Allie gave this to me, so it makes me want to read it more. But I'm not sure which one I want to pick, because I loved this, but I also want to read this. I'll just choose this. Okay, so The Lake by Natasha Preston. It's about Esme and Kayla, not Kaylee. Once were campers at this camp, and now they've come back as counselors in training. They love the little girls in their cabins and think it's funny how scared they are of everything. This sounds like a recipe for disaster, but it looks like they swim in the lake and something really bad happens. But I've loved most of the Natasha Preston books that I've read, and I'm really excited to read this because they're just fast-paced, easy thrillers, and they're just fun, and YA. So that is book 2. Now, I don't know how many I want to pick, but I'm just gonna go for a couple. I don't have that many on my physical TBR anymore, although like I do kind of, but I've gotten it down a lot this year at the end of last year. Okay, next prompt. It's all the new ones. Oh my goodness. Ooh, this is actually one I wanted. Continues a series. So this one, I could either, almost all of these would continue a series. Although I have, okay, let's see. Let's give you the options here. We have Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings. We have the second book in this series, The Lorien Legacies. We have the second book to Divine Rivals. We have the second book to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. We have the second book to Clockwork Angel, which is Clockwork Prince. And then we have the fourth book in the Lunar Chronicles series. So basically all of these work for this prompt, basically. I really need to read this, but I also am kind of like scared to and can't because it's intimidating. But I really want to read these. And I also want to get back into the Clockwork Angel series. But I'm pretty sure the third book of this is coming out in February. I could be wrong, but I really need to read this. And it looks so cute. Look at how cute this cover is. So I might just do this because, I don't know, I just want to. So, yay! Third book on the TBR is Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. The first book was so cute. It's a cozy fantasy with a little bit of high-stakes stuff in it. But it's a really cute cozy fantasy with banter and fun romance. And it's just so good. And I'm really excited to get to this. I just haven't. Because I have so many other books that I'm reading or want to read. It just gets in the way. And now I'm actually going to put on my TBR for real. So yeah. Third book. Now let's go to the fourth book. I want to try and pick something that's not one of the new ones that I just wrote. Okay. It's another new one. Let's see. A book you are excited for. This is actually a good prompt. I'm excited to read the second book of this series, The Lorien Legacies. It's The Power of Six. I'm excited to read that one. I just don't own it yet. There might be a new release. I'm not sure if the new Hunger Games book comes out this month. It might. If it does, I would go with that because I'm very excited to read that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the new Hunger Games book if that comes out in February, which I could be wrong. I'll put that on my TBR. Next prompt. I can't talk lately. Ooh, wow. Wait a second. This is thriller. I should have saved The Lake for this prompt because I could have used that. I feel like I don't have any more thrillers on my immediate TBR except this. Except I'm really not sure about this. I bought this at Walmart because it looked cool. It's a cassette tape on the cover. It's smashed. And then look how cool that looks. It just looks awesome. It kind of seems dark, seeing as its Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I did see somebody read this, so I'm gonna watch the review and see if they liked it. And then if they do, I'll read it. If they don't, I'll put it on my TBR and hope that it's good and then possibly start it. But this is about, I think both parents died. And then there's 3 estranged siblings. They come together at the house and go through their parents' old stuff and find this cassette tape. And then it reveals a bunch of secrets. It sounds like a good thriller, but also probably not specifically my type. But I'll put it on my TBR and hope for the best. And I'll just do one more. I don't want that one. Okay. We got an old one. Classic literature. I'm actually excited. I forgot to bring it upstairs. But I really want to read The Great Gatsby. I'm pretty sure that's a classic novel. I've heard good and bad things about it because of the story that it tells, but I really want to read it, and it's classic, I think. So, The Great Gatsby is the final book on my TBR. Now, let's go through. Okay, my completed TBR for this month is, for the longest book, I have A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir, the 4th book in the Ember and the Ashes series. I have Set in Summer, which I chose The Lake by Natasha Preston, a thriller, YA thriller. Book that continues a series, I have Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands, a fantasy, and the second book to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Then I have a classic novel, or classic literature, and I've chose The Great Gatsby. I have this really cool special edition that literally spawned in to my house, and it's really pretty, and nobody knows where it came from. Then I have a thriller, which I chose Homies Where the Bodies Are, because I bought this and I need to read it. So we'll see how that goes. And then finally, I think I said this out of order, but lastly, I have a book that I'm excited for, and that is the new Hunger Games. Hopefully that is released in February. I could be wrong. And we'll see where that goes. So that is my completed TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment if you've read any of these, and if you liked them, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back soon. Cheers!